have I found love, the real love. Let this be the real thing. Tell me now, what's on your mind? Whisper soft to me that you want me. There's magic in your fingertips, it's magic when we kiss. I can be myself with you, kiss me now, I insist. Make me yours, just take me now, I'm helpless to resist. Got me so invested in this thing, it's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. I can't help that it is more than just a fling. Now I know that it's the real thing, the real thing. Take your time, I'm on a high, high. My body yearns for you to touch me. No, there's magic in your fingertips, it's magic when we kiss. I can be myself with you, kiss me now, I insist. Make me yours, just take me now, I'm helpless to resist. Got me so invested in this thing, it's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. It's more than just a fling. I can't help that it is more than just a fling. Now I know that it's the real thing, the real thing.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Bella's Corner, where the truth is delivered with love. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Thank you for being here, Bria. Hey. Yes, please, as you're coming in, please like the video, share, subscribe. Hi, Mark. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. All is well, and I hope you're doing well as well. Mona, thank you for being here. Bria and Mona, please feel free to put your links in the chat. Fantastic. You all can hear me. Awesome. Hi, Celine. Hello, 906 Lane. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. I appreciate all of you for stopping through because we've got something to chat about. I was trying to decide what I was going to talk about today, if I was going to come on, but I was like, you know what? I miss y'all. I hope everything has been going well. And like I said, we've got something to talk about. Okay, so today we're going to talk about, as I'm sure you all are already aware, there has been a viral video going around of a young woman who's on the thumbnail, basically saying that she is dating or is with a broke guy. So she's essentially asking for advice on what she should do, if she should stay or go, break up with him, and yada, yada, yada. So I have a couple of clips from the first time that she ended up going on TikTok to talk about it, to seek the advice. Apparently, she came back, I guess, after some backlash and all of that a few days later. I don't have that clip. I wanted to stick to this first part because I wanted specifically to talk about the 80-20 rule as it relates to relationship and in the context of the psychology and mentality and the mentality of modern women, particularly women in the dating market of today. And so when I first heard this, I was like, it sounds like she's looking for her 20% and or for her 20 for that 20 when she's had 80. So we are going to talk about it. Good to see you here at Harris Family Values, aka Dre. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you to Mona and Bria and Dre for being channel members. I greatly appreciate all of you and shout out to you all. Okay. So I am not going to continue to keep on talking without breaking up this video. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you. We're going to listen and we are going to break it down. I may run through this, run through the video maybe 1 or 2 times because I want to make sure I get across the things I want to discuss. But first, before I bring that video up, because some of you may or may not be familiar with the 80-20 rule. Now, again, when I first listened to this video, I immediately thought, my mind went to a scene from the Tyler Perry film, ironically, right? Entitled Why Did I Get Married? And one of the friends in the group, it was men. The men had, went aside at a couple's retreat to hang out, have like glasses of whiskey, whatever, and they were chatting. And so eventually the 80-20 rule came up in conversation and it was verbalized by one of the friends there. So I'm going to play that for you all, and then I'm going to pull up the video in which we are going to discuss on tonight. Okay, so before I officially bring it up, I will again like to ask all of you to kindly please hit the like button.
My name is Jillian. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Canada. The highest level of education completed was high school. I decided not to go to college, and I said I'm single, right?
And then what do you do for work?
I'm a writer.
Okay. It's not for Vice though, right?
No,
Okay.
no, I saw that in the comments.
Yeah, fuck Vice. Okay. What about you?
Hi, my name is Hollywood. I'm a
certified. Ladies, always remember to keep it classy and never ever trashy. Okay. I see some new people in the chat. Hello, Joseph. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I greatly appreciate you, and thank you for being a channel member. All right, Mark, do your thing. Wash your dishes. Okay, so what is the 80-20 rule in the context in which we will be discussing tonight? Let's take a listen.
Keep trying to tell your brothers about the 80-20 rule. The what? The 80-20 rule.
Can you hear that? Hi, Eugene. Let me know if you all can hear that. Hi, Isaiah. Could you all hear that before I keep on going here? Good to see you, Derek. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you, Eugene. Thank you for being here. Loud and clear. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay.
Keep trying to tell your brothers about the 80-20 rule. The what? The 80-20 rule. In most cases, in marriage, you're only going to get 80% of what you need. That's it. No more, no less. Most times, 80%. Now, here comes this woman offering 20%. Now, 20% looks real good when you ain't getting it. But the problem is you're going to leave 80 thinking you're getting something better, and you end up with 20.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Okay. So that is the 80-20 rule in the context in which we will be discussing tonight. In relationship and marriage, more than likely you will get 80% of what you need and even want. But there's this lasting maybe, right? 20% that you may not have gotten. Okay. And so what individual does, they've got their 80, but they can feel that missing part, which is that 20%. And so they seek that 20% and they ultimately end up being disappointed. So this is the context. That is the context in which, again, we will be discussing.
And
okay.
it really.
Oh, sorry. Didn't want to do that. Okay. So next, we're going to go ahead and, again, bring this video up of this young woman who's saying she is dating a broke guy. So, see, my thing is, before we get started here, what exactly is broke? Okay. Does broke mean that he has the inability to pay his own bills after, his monthly paychecks are received? Can he or can he not pay all of his bills on his income with his monthly income? Okay. If he can't, sure, we can determine that as broke. But again, ladies, you have to make the decision and be aware of what is considered broke to you. In today's society, according to the modern woman's mentality, broke is if he cannot take me on trips, whether they be domestic or internationally, he's broke. If he cannot put out, say, $500 on a random when I ask, he's broke. If he does not wine and dine me weekly, bi-weekly, monthly at, say, a Brazilian steakhouse or whatever the case is, he's broke. He's broke if he, I want a Louis Vuitton bag and he can't buy me that. Or he says he has to save up. That's broke. You see where I'm getting at? It's broke in today's society, according to the modern woman, is more so surrounded around materialism, being materialistic. So that's just my opinion. But again, what's broke to you? Because she just comes out of the gate saying she's dating a broke man. Isaiah says, well, she says she broke too, so I guess she could do bad by herself. Well, good to see you here, Toya. Thank you for coming on. And definitely not my business to call anybody else. Mark says, Bella, make sure you bring how a great deal of these women mismanage their money. Absolutely. And I definitely speak on that quite a bit throughout, a few of my videos, but absolutely. Okay. So again, what is broke to you? Please like the video, share, and subscribe, everyone. We're gonna talk about it, Isaiah. All right, let's get into it.
Broke guy, and it really sucks because he has the best personality, hands down. I have so much fun with him, but it's like it's gotten to the point where right now I'm not doing as financially well as I normally do. So in the past, like, we have taken trips.
So the first thing I noticed is the only reason that she brought up, at least, as to why she likes him, this man who she's dating, is his personality. I love his personality, but what else, baby? What else? What else about him attracted you to him? It's just his personality. Oh, we have so much fun. Oh, we have so much fun. Is your relationship about fun, or is it about building? Is your relationship about fun, or is it about plans for the future? So it kind of sounds like, to me, she's maybe the fun girl. She's trying to see where it leads. They haven't possibly discussed the future. There are quite a few questions, right, that I would have for her if I were her friend, or if I were to have a conversation with her. Because it seems as if, from her perspective out of the gate, that their relationship is based upon something that is what I would consider to be shallow, or a lack of depth. Because again, she started off by saying, I love his personality. But what else? Is he a good man? Does he teach you? Does he lead you? What else? Or do you have a bad picker?
But I've paid for the trips, I've paid for the hotel, I've paid for the rental of the car. If we've been to concerts, I've paid for the tickets. He does what he can when he can, but he doesn't do enough. You know what I'm saying? But he does what he can when he can.
Okay, so you're taking trips. See, we know the girlies love the trips. So toward the beginning of their relationship, or whenever, right, they were taking trip after trip after trip. And what did she say she was doing? Paying for them. That's a problem, honey. My question is, why were you paying for them? See, of course I speculate, right? But I would imagine, absolutely, Bria. Good to see you, Thomas. I would imagine that maybe she was the one who wanted to go on the trips. I want to go to Peru. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Mexico. I want to go to, right? And perhaps he was saying, I don't think that's financially responsible. That trip is a little bit more expensive than I intend to pay because of these goals, these financial goals, or because of this and that. But she insisted on going. So since she wanted to go for the clicks, for the pictures, for her to be able to brag and say, me and my man went here, we travel internationally and domestically, and all of this and all of that, for the pomp and circumstance, she said, oh, don't worry about it, baby. I'll pay, as long you can just give it back to me later. Right. And then he's like, okay, cool. Fine, girl. Sure, whatever. She pays for the trip. They come back. They have a good time. They come back from the trip, and she's expecting payment back because she mentioned, you can just pay me back later. But then they go on another trip, same thing. And then they go on another trip. And as Bria says, resentment sets in. And now all of the sudden, 4 months has passed and they haven't planned a trip due to, again, timing, maybe holidays, birthdays, money. Now he isn't doing enough. Now, the problem is I have to pay for the trips. You shouldn't have been paying for the trips to begin with. Perhaps you should have allowed him to lead and simply wait instead of getting ahead of yourself wanting to take an unnecessary trip. You know what I mean? I'm just digging into asking questions and analyzing her story and trying to point out some things where perhaps she could have done better, maybe providing a different perspective. Because although I could, in fact, grill her per se, I want this to be a teaching opportunity for the ladies because she may not be a bad person because we're all flawed, right? But there is clearly some sort of, again, she's clearly materialistic. And there's something that clearly has a strong hold over her. And it's something I talk about often. And she's even going to say what has a strong hold over her mentality later in the video.
But it's gotten to the point where it definitely sucks because I'm not doing as well financially. I can't afford to do things for two people. I can't even afford to do things just myself right now. So because I can't afford to do things for two, we actually don't do anything. We haven't done anything. Like, if I'm being honest, like in September, for my birthday month, he does celebrate me around those times though. He does celebrate me around the holidays. He does celebrate me around my birthday. But yeah, it's been October, November, December, January. So for the past 4 months, me and him, we just been like sitting ducks. And yeah.
These women always constantly want to be on a go, 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 go. It's time to rest. Rest your soul, rest your mind, rest your body, rest your pocket. Girl, sit your behind down. You're doing too much.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
You're complaining about not going on a trip within the past 4 months. Do you like this man, or do you just like possibly the pictures that you can post with him? Oh, because he got his muscles, or because you can say you have a man. Do you think about yourself, or excuse me, do you think about him other than yourself? Do you think about his needs and his wants? Or are you just worried about, again, the clicks, the posts, the views, the bragging rights? And then another question that I have is, what do you do? Because she said she used to be able to pay for the trips and yada yada, and now she's not making as much money, and so she not only can't she afford to pay or take care of two people, but she can barely take care of herself. So my next question is, what do you do? Maybe do you do lashes, nails? Are you a cosmetologist in some form or fashion? What is it you do? Because your income has decreased and now you're expecting him to pick up the load and to do what you've been doing off of the money you've been making. I sincerely believe that she has not been wise with her money. If all of the sudden that you were able to pay for trips here, trips there, nice dinners, clothes, whatever, and then all of the sudden you can't anymore, I have to ask, were you saving? Were you investing? Were you paying on those credit cards? Were you paying off debt? Again, are you saving? Why can't you afford to take care of yourself? Do you need to return that vehicle that cost you $800 a month to get you an older model and used vehicle that's maybe going to be $200 a month, something a little bit more in your, that's affordable for your income? Or do you need to be living in that upgraded studio, apartment, or whatever the case is? That's 40% of your monthly income, whose rent costs about 40% of your income, because you're attempting to keep up with the Joneses in some way, to be able to say that you do this and that, you take care of yourself and you have this or that. Ladies, I think a lot of you complain about what a man can't provide for you based on the lifestyle you provide for yourself, but in actuality, you cannot afford the lifestyle, like actually afford the lifestyle that you afford yourself. So I think she's living above her means. Ladies, I highly recommend, especially if you're living by yourself, for you to look over your lifestyle and your expenses. Rent, if you don't own your car, if you're paying a car note, rent, car note, insurance, miscellaneous, your beauty routine, the stuff that you do continue to maintain your appearance, because over here, I'm trying to help you prepare for your husband. But I always talk about the mentality, because beauty fades, and your beauty may get him, but your personality and mentality and spirit is what keeps him. Okay. So this is why I always speak to your thoughts, ladies, to your heart, to the things that you need to check within yourself. Okay. So, of course, don't neglect your appearance, but I'm sure you all are picking up what I'm putting down. Ladies, again, look over your monthly expenses. How much money do you need to take care of yourself? And where should you cut down? Again, new vehicle, less expensive apartment, dwelling, living. Maybe you need to get a roommate, because it is too difficult out here in today's economy for single women. And then these same single women who can barely truly provide a particular lifestyle for themselves are complaining that the man who they're with can't provide double what he's living. Or he's living good off of his, let's say he can live off of $20,000 a year in his monthly, in his rent, mortgage, phone, gas, things like that. It takes a total of the year $20,000 for him to live, and he's fine. But then you're over here, you cost $50,000 a year to maintain this lifestyle that you've created for yourself. And now, since you've lost your source of income, or it's decreased, now you're expecting this man who lives off of $20,000 a year to subsidize your life over here. Do you see why I say, ladies, a lot of you are liabilities? Do you see why I stress reevaluating your lifestyle and your choices? Because when you come to a man like this, ladies, it says that you are a lot to deal with, and really it doesn't even need to be the case. But you're already coming to men and creating a huge headache for him. And you expect to be wifed up. You expect to be taking out of the dating market when you don't realize that you are the problem. Let me go ahead and pause. Hello, International Quiet Storm. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Chavis, for your $5 donation to the platform. I greatly appreciate you. Fun fact, even the rich and wealthy don't do lavish things all of the time. Exactly. But again, something have these ladies in a choke hold, okay? A bad stronghold is over these ladies. And again, she's going to reveal what that is. Good to see you, Mrs. Jones. Hello, sister. Exactly. She is a liability, not an asset. Isaiah says, at this point, how much blame does the man get? Because he can't, hold on. Because how can he not see she's becoming a liability? Exactly. Let's keep going.
It sucks. Like, it's crazy because I don't think, like, I feel like females come on online and talk about, like, look what he bought me, look what he got me, look at where he took me. It's like the ones that are dating the broke men, we don't talk about it. But it's like, no, I mean, I don't know. There has to be like a conversation about it. And it really sucks because I feel like it's kind of getting to the point where if I'm not the breadwinner, or if I don't somehow make my life lead me up to making income for two, I don't think that I'm gonna be able to be with this person. And it just really sucks because like I said, he has like the best personality hands down. So I'm on here to ask, what do I do?
Social media. I have said time and time again, ladies and gentlemen, do not allow the fear of missing out to cause you to do what? Fumble a husband. To do what? Cause you to think that you're missing out. Cause you to look at your man sideways. She's talking about when I go on Instagram and girls are posting, oh, look at what he bought me. Oh, look at what the trips we're taking. This woman is 30 years old. Baby, get off of social media. And I'm calling her a baby because it speaks to maturity and immaturity. And she's older than me. But again, I can see that she's extremely immature. Why are you looking at a curated reel as a standard for a living, as a standard for your lifestyle? You don't know what people go through. You don't know people's incomes. You don't know how much people work. You don't know if people were born into a trust fund. You don't know if the individual took that trip months ago and they're just reposting pictures as if they're currently traveling. On social media, you create the narrative. People post pictures of, say, their newborn child, but the entire time that child was born 6 months ago. But you're thinking they just had their baby. Again, curated narrative. Because individuals paint the narrative that they want the world to see. So why are you referencing, again, social media and allowing it to be the barometer of the level or lifestyle that you expect for your man to be able to provide for you? You all need to keep people out of your relationships, to include social media. It will be the detriment of your relationships and yourself. We've heard time and time again that people being bullied on social media take their lives, or go into some type of uproar or rage off of something they've seen online, because they've allowed things that are said and things that they've seen to eat away at them, to eat away at their self-esteem, to cause them for, they internalize what they don't have or what they perceive to be a better life. And then they look at their environment around them, and when they see it doesn't again reflect what they see on social media, that is what causes depression and anxiety. Do not allow the fear of missing out to destroy your relationships, ladies. This is not a wise woman here. And ladies, if you see yourself falling into the trap of social media, if you find yourself falling into a state of depression and anxiety due to the things that you see online, get off of it. Delete the app. Go pick up your Bible, if that is your faith. Go outside. Soak up some vitamin D or vitamin C. Go to the gym. Call a friend. Get off of social media. So she is on social media, asking social media, after social media has convinced her that she doesn't have a certain type of relationship as she should have. She's getting on here and asking social media what she should do. Very wise. You all have made social media your therapist. Social media has become people's therapists, people's best friends, people's worst enemy, people's idols, and people's detriment. And it's sad. Yes, Bella. It's not like us melanin folks are already vitamin D deficient as it is. Exactly. Go outside. That's what I'm saying. Go outside. Thank you so much, Joseph, for always coming through with the financial support. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. And thank you for your super sticker. Oh, it's coming, Isaiah. And then she says now she can't afford to pay for or, provide a lifestyle to individuals. And then she says that what if he ends up leaving me once he does better? Let's keep on going.
And don't be too cold, like don't be too rude, you know what I'm saying? Because I had my narcissist ex-boyfriend who made way more money than I did, and that wasn't the answer.
Was he a narcissist? Really? Was he? Why was he a narcissist? Was he a narcissist because he has certain expectations of you? Was he a narcissist because he said, okay, let me know when you get home, or let me know your moves? AKA what, controlling? Y'all love this trigger word, narcissist. It's always, you're always a narcissist. They always a narcissist. So you claim this man, boyfriend, who you were with, he made more money than the man who you're currently with, but he was a narcissist. See, this is always the story. You all claim that you're with the man who you had a man or could get a man, a rich, wealthy, whatever, well-to-do man, but he was a narcissist. So you all say this on one hand, right? But then on the other hand, you end up with a man who makes less than you or less than your ex, but now the issue is he's broke. Maybe it's you, sis. Maybe the problem is the common denominator in the relationship failures, which is you, which is your mentality, which is your expectation, which seems to be unreasonable. And then there's another perspective inside of this coin that we're going to touch on as well.
Oh, I can feel that from where I am.
Exactly, Bria. Her wealthy narcissist was frugal and unwavering when it came to money. Got it. Exactly. Maybe because he wasn't going to allow you to spend all of the money or have the credit card, or he gave you a budget or a limit on how much that you could spend off of the card. Didn't like it. All of a sudden, he's a narcissist. He's a controlling narcissist who financially abuse you. We don't believe you. You need more people, right? I'm sorry, honey, but I don't believe you. I just think you didn't like the fact that he provided you order. Whole time, that was your husband. He provided the order that you need in your life. He provided the expectation you needed in your life, but you ran away from it. See, a lot of women, they don't realize they're too busy calling masculinity, leading, teaching, providing, provisioning. They call all of these things, men who do all of these things, they call it toxic. When he doesn't allow you to overtalk him, when he checks you when you keep cutting him off, when he again places standards upon your life, you run. You sabotage the relationship. You continue to start argument after argument. And now he's narcissist. He's abusive. He's emotionally unavailable. And then all of a sudden you label those things as toxic masculinity, when in fact it's simply masculinity. And there's nothing toxic about it. It just doesn't feel good all the time. I'm convinced that a lot of these modern women don't even know what true masculinity even looks like. Because thanks to social media, thanks to different, social ideologies such as feminism, of course, right? That women generally as a collective have adopted. It has ruined the lens and the understanding that women in society have in understanding, again, masculinity. So it's toxic now. And it's sad. And then you get up here, 30 years old, asking social media, well, what should I do? Because this man who I'm with is broke, and because we can't take a trip this month, even though we took a trip 5 months ago, and now I have to pay. Da, 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 da. Baby, it's you. You are what's wrong with the relationship. What should you do? Maybe you should again reevaluate your expectations. Reevaluate and understand what your needs and wants are. What does this man provide? Again, we're talking about the 80-20 rule, right? You've got your 80%, but you're too busy focused on the 20% that you cannot see or appreciate, rather, what you have in front of you. So you're asking social media, women who can't get a man, let alone keep one. You're asking social media full of women who don't understand a man's nature. You're too busy asking social media what you should do after I've said and so many other people say to keep people out of your relationship. You're asking social media to give you advice on whether or not you should stay with a man that I possibly could argue is the 80% of a man that you need, based on the 20% that you feel like you're not getting. And so now you're sitting here contemplating breaking up with this man because he cannot or does not or is not willing to continue to fork out money for unnecessary trips. Again, unnecessary trips. You don't need to go on a trip. What do you want to go on a trip for? What, you want to go to the beach? You want to sit in a jacuzzi, in a hot tub? Girl, you better go sit in the bathtub. You all better go get some lays and some fake sand and create a beach extravaganza with just the two of you. Make it a date. See, you ladies, you lack creativity. You all want to go on trips and want to be wine and dine and want a man to cater to you, but you're not even willing to cater to a man, your own self. And then you wonder why you can't keep a man, why you can't get a ring, because you all have seriously, you all are selfish. You're too busy dwelling on what can I get from him? What can I sift from his pockets? What can I post online that'll make me look good? Not one time did she mention things that she's done in the relationship to support the relationship, to support him, because paying for trips is not it. Paying for trips is nothing. So that's out of the window. Like, okay, next. They want clout. They do it to stun on other women. They don't give a crap about the man's perspective. If she could just get him to pay for it, they wouldn't hesitate. Absolutely. She wanted to control the man with her purse. And let me tell you another thing, ladies. This will never work. Doing that will never keep you a man who's worth having. Just as a man who leads with his wallet gets called thirsty and all of this, a woman who leads with her wallet or is always paying for something, because she wants to do it, so okay, I want to do it, so I'm gonna pay for it. That's never a good idea, honey. It makes you look masculine. That makes you look uncooperative. Again, it displays that you're a liability if you're constantly always wanting to go on a trip, an unnecessary trip. What does Mark say? It's like the term emotional. There are elements of that are uncomfortable, and some ladies, they only brush the surface of that term. Exactly. And I have a video on emotional intelligence. Ladies, you have to be able to read the room. You're too busy worried about him being able to read your room when you are completely incapable of reading your own room, so you can't even identify how you feel. So you can't read your room, you can't read his room, because you don't know a man's nature. You're not willing to learn it. You're not willing to listen to women like myself, because you're too busy focused on, oh, what's she doing? What's next? Clicks, views. Because again, she said social media. She's looking at social media. Recipe for disaster. Thank you for being here, TP. And thank you for being a channel member. Good to see you all. I appreciate all of you for coming through. Please like the video, share, and subscribe as you come in. Good to see you, UL. She said the man has a good personality. I'm sure that this man would provide for and protect her as best as he can. But that is not enough. Exactly. She said everything that she said he does, and I'm not too sure if she said it already, because I've watched this video a few times, but I'm not too sure if she said it already or is going to say it. But she said he does what he can when he can, but it isn't enough. But again, I like to argue, what is enough? What are you constituting as enough? I believe in my heart of hearts that enough equates to, not being enough equates to, he can't provide all of the astronomical materialistic things that I want him to. Again, to include trips, bags, gifts. Look, I'm not mad at a woman's, one of her love languages being receiving gifts, because that's actually one of my top love languages. All right. So I don't see anything wrong with it. However, there is always a need to check your expectations, ladies. And then another side of this is, and we're going to dig into it a little bit more because she's going to talk about his job, yada, yada, yada. Please like the video, share, and subscribe. A lot of you women are not willing to wait. Again, I say you all are too busy on the hustle and bustle. Go, 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 and go, 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 go. Relax, baby. Relax. Can the two of you just sit in a room and be silent? Can you just sit in a room and clear your mind? Read a book. Listen to some classical music in a silent room. Can you? No. But back to what I was saying, a lot of you ladies don't want to wait. You want everything here and now. Of course, we're in a microwave generation, right? I want everything now, now, now. Go, 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 go. But you have to understand that Rome was not built in a day. Rome was not built in a week. Success is not born overnight. A successful business does not come overnight. People with degrees and accomplishments and certifications, they don't come overnight. They don't come without time, right? But you all have the inability to wait. Why? Because a lot of you, you're too busy loving yourselves But the love that you have for yourself has caused you to be callous and unreceptive and ill-equipped to deal with other people's emotions. You're not willing to deal with it. You don't want to, because you're too busy looking at things from your perspective and how you feel. So if it doesn't make you look good or feel good, then you reject it. Well, I want that now, so I don't want to wait. I want to go and do this now, so I'm not willing to wait. Ladies, I asked you like a year ago, are you willing to build with him? Are you willing to downsize? Are you willing to pick up a job just to help supplement the income? Maybe he just needs you to do it for 6 months. Who knows? But are you just willing? I'm not saying, that you in particular in your relationship will need or have to do that. But me sitting here as a mother of two, married, and I stay at home with my children, I could even say to you, if my husband says, baby, I need you to work. Baby, I need you to make a little bit extra money in order to help sustain us for this certain amount of time. Or baby, I need to go to work because maybe I know you want these things. And in order for you to get those materialistic things a little bit quicker, just go ahead and go to work. You all are willing even to do that. Which says that you are not wife material. You are not Proverbs 31 women, because y'all love to say that y'all are victorious women, that you are virtuous women, that you are queen, that you are wife, that you're this and that. But you're not willing to work for what you want, in particular in a relationship. Your blinders are on. Your perspective is skewed. Again, you're too busy worried about the 20% rather than focusing on the 80% that you have. As I said before, the grass is not greener on the other side. Or maybe it looks greener, but really there are patches over there. There are worms and mosquitoes over there. There are snakes in that grass, but you too busy work. Social media, that grass looks greener. She's going to trip. While your grass is behind you withering, while your relationship is behind you withering. You are the reason that your relationship possibly isn't going the way it should, because you are not pouring into the relationship. You're pouring into yourself and expecting him to pour into you. So you're expected to get filled up, but you're not putting out. You're not giving this man words of affirmation. When he's expressing his goals and his dreams to you, you're not looking up the certifications or schooling that he needs in order to obtain this. Don't you want him to make more money? Right? Since you want to go on all these trips and whatnot, you want him to buy you diamonds, gold, Birkins, digital, whatever, right? Inspire him. He said he wanted to do it anyway. Help him move forward in that. Maybe if you assist him in that, maybe he'll see, okay, maybe she is wife material. She's been quite nurturing. She makes sure I eat. She makes sure I study. She sent me the application. She's really a part of my team. Again, I said, ladies, are you willing to build? A lot of you are not even willing to build with the man. You're too busy comparing other people and other women's chapter 7s to your chapter 1, chapter 20 to your chapter 4. Don't be silly. Let's keep going, guys.
Like, so it's like, where is the common ground? Like, and obviously I do have a little bit of fear, like if I stay with him during this whole time and I continue to help out, is he gonna just walk away when he does better? It's just it's so scary. It's so crazy because it's like I really like him, and I really like don't want to like not be with him, but at the same time too, like I'm too effing old to do this shit. Like I've already spun around this block a few times.
She said, is he going to leave me when he does better? See, she said when. She didn't say if. You see? So she knows that his income will increase. She said he has a good job. But she's not willing to wait. She's not willing to build with him. She wants to be able to spend her money and only her money. And she wants him to just, have a come up immediately. Things look better. My husband has said to me, and I've said this to you guys before. My husband says to me, baby, it gets greater later. And he's referring to everything, the lifestyle. In whatever facet, right? Later. But again, you all are not willing to wait, which show these men that you're not wife material. So you squander relationships. You allow social media and FOMO to instill anxiety within you. You allow things that you see on social media. Women, spewing different rhetoric, saying what you do and don't deserve from a man. You're allowing these things to encroach and be implanted in your mind. And so that completely, again, blinds you to the 80% that you currently have. And so now you're looking at the 20% that you perceive that you want online. And it's causing you to spiral and question the validity of your relationship and the true value of the man that you're with. You're allowing other people to tell you the value of the man you're with without even knowing him. How sad.
Like, he has a job.
Okay, let me stop here. So that's the end of that clip, guys. I'm going to go ahead and dig into these super chats because I've just been talking. Shout out to you, Yardi. Thank you so much for coming through and donating to the platform. Yardi says, Bella spitting fire. A stable man who has real estate and financially responsible is financially responsible is a winning man. Sisters, please don't be like this woman. She regrets it. And that's why she made a whole TikTok about it. Thank you so much again, Yardi. Shout out to you, Eugene, for your $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Eugene says, Would a man marry a woman like this and discuss putting both incomes in one pot? One pot can be effective if there is trust. I do not think I would trust a woman like that. Ladies, let that sink in. He's making money and you're making money. If you're making 40,000 and he's making 50,000, that's $90,000 combined. But you're too busy worried about what he's doing that you don't see the forest for the trees. You don't see the bigger picture. So all of a sudden, he's not enough. He's not doing enough. He's not good enough for me. That will cause you to lose a lot of relationships, ladies. Shout out to you, RBN. Thank you so much for your donation. Here's some drive-by support to the good sister. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate all of you for your donations. Thank you so much, because you do not have to donate your hard-earned coins to me, but you do. So I greatly appreciate it, whether it's $1 or if it's $100. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. And I appreciate you for being here. Go ahead and give me a like, and let's keep on going here. Hello, Sarah. Sarah says, instead of spending time doing self-inventory and self-reflection to get to know yourself to a safe and healthy place before you can add value to someone else's life. Good advice. Hello, Lady Novola. I appreciate you for being here. Hello, Afro. International Quiet Storm says, single women keep women single. Single women corrupt married women into divorce. Keep your inner circle clean. That's a fact, ladies. I talk about this over here. Got to be careful with the friends. Got to be careful with your surroundings. If you're in a healthy relationship, be careful, because there could be people who are hating and preying on your relationship to fail. You have to be careful. But anyway, let's keep on going.
It's a good job, but I also feel like he has a lot of debt. And then I also feel like he's the type of person, like, he jokes to me or whatever because he's like, I'm so nice that you would have to be like the opposite because I'm not that nice. But it's not that. I think I know how to say no, like, to people. Like, if it's a no, it's a no. I don't care what you need. Like, I'm sorry, but it's like I work too damn hard. I'm really trying to make it out of where I am. Like, and that's the way I've always been, like, for, I don't know. So it's...
You work hard for where you are because you have goals and ambition to make it out. But you're frivolously spending money on trips and items rather than investing, saving, making wise purchases. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. How are you trying to make it out of where you are if you're online complaining about how the man who you're dating doesn't buy you gifts, doesn't take you on enough trips? You're too busy spending $200 on each lash set that you have rather than learning how to do them yourself. You're not trying to figure out a way to live a more frugal life in order to reduce your expenses, in order to increase your saving, in order to pay off your debt. Car, home, student loan, credit cards, whatever. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you, honey. It sounds like to me you are very fiscally irresponsible. Again, you're a liability. As Quiet Storm said, you are a liability, you are not an asset. And then back to how she said, oh, when he makes more money, is he going to leave me? That means you're insecure in your relationship, doesn't it? That means she probably hadn't even had an inkling of a marriage conversation with this man. That means you are not included in those plans. You're not included in his future plans because you have given him enough information that tells him that, again, you are not wife material. He's just enjoying the ride. At this point, you're for recreational use only.
Oh, I can feel that from where I am.
I'm just saying. The truth hurt, don't it? I'm sorry, but somebody had to say it. Ladies, if that man is not including you in his plans, if he's not having these conversations with you, and if he's not saying what I'm going to do for you, we are going to do this, I can see us doing this, we, okay? If he is not saying these things, you ain't included in that. And so with that being said, she's online saying to us, or rather asking when, because again, she said when, not if. So she knows that his income will increase when he makes more money, when he does better, when his life increases. Is he going to leave me? Again, because they haven't had those conversations. So the answer to that question, baby, yes, he's going to leave you. Because he knows you're just there to run his pockets. And since you've expressed that what he has done is not enough, even though what the enough equates to in your mind is him buying trips and things of that nature, since he's not doing that, and since that isn't enough for you, since you've expressed that online, that this is the sealing stamp, or really the nail in the coffin to the end of your relationship. Congratulations, you played yourself for some likes and some views because you are really online asking questions that you already know the answer to. She need a friend like me, doesn't she, y'all? Shout out to you, Game Changer. I appreciate you for being here. Exactly, Thomas. These men are jaded, ladies, because they cannot trust you. They cannot trust that you will be there for them if he loses his source of income. Y'all don't want to be down. You all claim to be ride or dies. You all want to fake like you're ride or dies and you know, are faithful and can support a man, but you all are absolutely incapable of doing that. To include, firstly, you're emotionally incapable of doing that because you don't even know how to nurture this man when he simply needs some words of affirmation after a tough day at work, let alone being an entire wife. My number one tip: become your man's personal assistant and support him in his business ventures and career goals. Good advice, Priya. And then she mentioned the debt, ladies and gentlemen. She mentioned debt. I feel like he's in too much debt. Right? She said that right after she said he has a good job, a better job than her, because she can't even take care of herself, mind you. She just said it. I am not, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not making up anything. I'm just regurgitating the information that she's already provided, okay? So please don't say I'm defaming her in any way, because I'm not. She said right after she admits that he has a good job, that she feels like he has too much debt. How much debt is that? And what is the debt from? If you're referring to the loan perhaps that he took out in order to pay for his home, because she said he's a homeowner, you can't include that debt. You came on here, first thing that comes out of your mouth is, I'm dating a broke man. But then you just said he has a good job. You said when he makes more money than you, or makes more money, will he leave you? You just said this man is a homeowner. And you just said you like his personality. It sounds like to me this man is a husband. He just may need some time. He just made a little bit more time, may need a little bit more time. You made this man look like a bum when he is an entire homeowner with a stable job, with a stable career. And you're disrespecting this man. You don't like him. You keep saying you like him, but you don't. Because you wouldn't be online defaming this man. You wouldn't be online calling him broke. That's disrespectful. Feminine women, no matter how much money she makes, is not in competition with her man. She's not in competition on who can provide the most. She doesn't have hidden contempt for him, for his existing, for him being in her life. A feminine woman is not online asking a bunch of people who, again, women who cannot get or keep a man, what she should do about her relationship. A feminine woman is trying to get up under, or not necessarily up under, but around women who can actually provide constructive criticism on how she should go about the future of this relationship. Again, this young lady lacks wisdom. She lacks guidance. What is the 80 rule again, in case there are some people who didn't hear it? Let's see.
Tell your brothers about the 80-20 rule. The what? The 80-20 rule. In most cases, in marriage, you're only going to get 80% of what you need. That's it. No more, no less. Most times, 80%. Now, here comes this woman offering 20%. Now, 20% looks real good when you ain't getting it. But the problem is you're going to leave 80 thinking you're getting something better, and you end up with 20.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Ladies, you talk yourself out of your relationships all of the time. Please stop doing that. This young woman talked herself out of her potential husband. She was with her narcissistic boyfriend who made more money than her current boyfriend. And she said that wasn't the answer. Okay, fine. Now she's with a man whose personality she loves, who she loves being around because she says she has a lot of fun with him. A man who has a stable career, who is on the incline for his earning potential, who owns a home, but he doesn't do enough because they haven't been on a trip within the past 4 months.
He has a job, it's a good job, but there is a lot of debt. But then again, like the way that the world has been lately, like COVID and inflation, it has been a little bit hard. And he's a homeowner, I'm a homeowner. So sometimes when you have homes, things happen, and they're not small things, like they cost thousands of dollars. So
that's all I have on that. But you see, she's not giving this man any grace. She's not giving this man any consideration. And she is calling this man broke. How self-consumed are you when you're the one who's broke? Woo!
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
When you're the one who's broke. Just because, ladies, just because a man chooses not to spend money on a particular dinner, spend money on a trip, spend money on materialistic things that are not needed, just because he's not spending money on those things, that does not equate to him being broke. So please stop being a child and calling men broke when they don't, again, choose to spend money on things that you do not otherwise need. That is a wise man, ladies. That is a provider, ladies. That is a man who can teach you how to survive. Y'all have no survival skills, nor are you willing to be taught survival skills by a man because, oh, it's toxic masculinity. Oh, men are so toxic. Oh, he's so controlling. Because again, as she even admitted to, social media is telling her what to think and how to live. Social media has her thinking that the 80% that she has in a man is not enough, is not good enough, is insufficient, in the words of Ebony K, because he is not or cannot at this particular juncture provide the 20% that you want. Which one do you want, ladies? Do you need food or do you need a trip? Do you need your electric bill paid? Or do you want that bag? Do you want love and affection and understanding from your spouse, from your significant other? Or do you want a pair of shoes or a trip or diamonds? Which one? Because the last time I checked, healthy marriage and relationship is built on the intangibles. Such as the two of you nurturing each other, the both of you submitting to each other, understanding one another, through you respecting him, adhering to his system, order, and structure. Shout out to the Crimson Cure. By you respecting him and allowing him to lead you when he says, baby, go to the car. Rather than you arguing and saying, I'm good, I can hold my own, I'm a grown woman. Ladies, I urge you to rethink your mentality. I urge you to do some soul searching and say to myself, have I allowed people who necessarily haven't had healthy relationships, or so am I allowing social media to convince me that this man who I have, who cares for me, who loves me, who teaches me, is toxic or isn't enough? Because I'm looking at what others are doing or claiming, curating, creating that they have. Am I allowing what I see online to make me think that this is something I'm missing? I know I talk about this all the time, but I see it day in and day out. Social media is dangerous. It is a wonderful thing, and it is also a disastrous thing. And ladies, you all are incapable of understanding and distinguishing when it is affecting your psyche for the negative. Y'all need to get off of social media, please. Theo's in the house. Shout out to you, Theo. Theo's almost at 100K. So if you haven't checked out Theo and followed him, go ahead and give him a subscribe. Shout out to you, Theo. Thank you for being here. And he has been a member for 7 months. Shout out to you, sir. He says, hit the like button, people. Hit the like button, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Also, Theo has 5 memberships to the platform. So let me give you what I owe you with that. Thank you so much, Theo. I greatly appreciate you. And go ahead and say thanks to Theo if he gifted you with the channel membership. Thank you so much. And put yourself on wife support tonight. What else do I have? Shout out to you, Travis. I greatly appreciate you for being a member for 1 month. Shout out to you. Show some love, like, and share. Sub to the channel. 100%. Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, let me look into the chat here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, something that Bria said that I wanted to point out. Let me see if I can find it. Bria said something about men being exhausted. Here we go. And no man wants a woman that is never content. Y'all, I said in a short that I recently posted, and it was about the FOMO. It's about FOMO, the fear of missing out. True joy and satisfaction comes with being content, comes in being content. All right. You have to fight those demonic thoughts that invade and evade your mind and your heart, ladies. If there are things that you're consuming or listening to that have you thinking that your man is not enough, when in reality, okay, get into reality, when in reality, this man is like everything, is doing great, is constantly putting in effort, is constantly nurturing you in his way, in his masculine way. If he's providing to you, if he's being emotionally available to you, if he's showing you love, affection, and time and attention, if he's coming home to you, if he's constantly, being sweet to you, then those should be the things that you focus on when you have those intrusive thoughts and saying, he is not. You have to fight it, ladies. And again, if social media is a large proponent as to why you have these negative thoughts that tell you, that try to convince you that he is not enough, get off of it. Stop getting on it every 5 minutes. Get off of it for a week. Again, go outside, as I said earlier. Satan will come after your thoughts and use it against you to gain a foothold in your life. Exactly. Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And it's easy to do that with these things with social media, because social media is a huge influence over today's youth. Gen Z, millennials. Gotta be careful, ladies. Please like the video, share, and subscribe. I'm going to tell you all a story in my closing, discussing the 80-20 rule. My husband, my wonderful husband, is a towel jacker, y'all. Like, no, I kid you not. I could get a new set and hang it up on my side of the bathroom, on my, little rack. A new set. And then all of a sudden, this man is taking a shower. And maybe I'll come into the bathroom, maybe after or something like that. And guess whose towel is not where she left it? Guess whose towel have remnants of dampness, have evidence of being used? Mine. Because my husband just grabs the towel and uses it. And every time he would do that, I would say, baby, I just got that towel. Baby, I got you a set. It was right there. My bad, my bad, my bad. Oh, my bad, baby, that was your towel? Oh, I can't remember what towel. And this would be me. Okay, baby. And then my next solution would be, okay, baby, this the pink set. This is mine. Here, baby. This is the gray set. This is yours. It's on your side. Wife, husband. Wife, husband. Mine, yours. Like, okay, y'all, like, boom, boom. Okay, yours, mine. Do I need to like label them? Like, I was kind of like doing that. And he'd be like, all right, I'm good. I'm good. He was capped. Okay, baby, cool. And the next time he showers, guess whose towels were used? And whose towels were dry? My towel was used and his towels were dry. And this was a constant thing, y'all. Oh, getting under my skin, annoying. And that's when I realized that's a pet peeve. I want my towel. Just like I want my toothbrush, I want my towel. And in my husband's mind, he said, shoot, a towel is a towel. And then I said, baby, what do I need to do to get you to use your set? And guess what? We never came to a solution. And why am I okay with that? I have come to terms with being okay with that. Because I realized in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. A towel is made to wash and dry and whatever you're going to use it for with. My husband has used the towel for what it's used for. And at the end of the day, I'm his wife. You know what I'm saying? We have seen the most intimate parts of each other. So it really doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, I still want him here. I'd rather have him here, fussing at him about not using my towel, than having left this earth. And the most thing, and the thing that I, basically would reflect on in his absence would be, he was always using my towel. Focusing on that 20% of he was always using my towel. He keeps leaving socks on the floor. He's so picky and so particular with his food. I don't like his tone. I'm focusing on 20%. I don't like his tone. I don't like the way he said that. He didn't give me what I wanted. He made me wait. He wasn't making enough money in year 2 and 3. So I had to get up and work. Instead of focusing on that 20%, I realized that I had to do what? Shift my focus on the 80% that I have, on the 85% that I have, on the 90% that I have. This man is an excellent father. Excellent. My husband, I'm hungry, y'all. We're almost done. Instead of me focusing on the fact that he cooks, he cleans, when needed, right? He takes care of his sons. He gives me a break. He gives me what I need emotionally, physically. He gives me and provides to me everything I need. I don't have to work. I don't have to worry about the bills. I get my nails done. I get sleep within reason, right? Because I have 2 under 2. I shifted my focus on the 80-90% that I have. When you shift your focus off of social media, when you shift your focus off of what you don't have and really pay attention to what you do have within the context of understanding a man's nature, okay? When you shift your focus and realize what you do have and the things that you should be grateful for, that is when that 20% becomes obsolete. And you know what? If you give it time, I promise you, that percentage will raise. See, when you hear about the 80-20 rule and when you hear about the grass being greener, it's really about perspective. Ladies, I urge you to shift your perspective. Ladies, if you're willing to shift your perspective in order to become a quality woman, because I say over here, a good woman makes a good wife and a good wife makes a good mother. If you're willing to shift your perspective, then continue to come back here. Continue to have these conversations. Continue to get this edification that you need in order to shed the depression and the anxiety that you have allowed to encroach upon your life by way of social media, by way of the rhetoric spewed by feminist Christians in your church, by feminist ministers, by your feminist mentors, by these influencers that you allow to influence your mind. If you're willing to change your life with the goal of again becoming a wife, continue to come back here, because change doesn't happen overnight. Self-improvement doesn't happen overnight. Earning a husband, a quality husband, does not come overnight. But as long as you're willing to put in the work today, starting now, starting from what you think of men within your heart, of yourself within your heart, because I say, and even the Bible confirms this, the word confirms, and even wise philosophers, right? What a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Whatever someone thinks in their heart flows out of their mouth. Whatever an individual thinks within their heart, thoughts start within your heart. Then they travel to your mind, and then they manifest in your action. So I'm here trying to talk to your heart to help you see where you need to make some adjustments, where you need to make some shifts. Okay? But I hope you all enjoyed that. That's all I have for you. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section. The truth has been signed, sealed, and delivered by yours truly. I thank you so much for joining me. If you like the content you see, then please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new uploads or when I go live. And if you think this information and this conversation would benefit any women that you know, then please share. I enjoyed the conversation tonight, and I hope to see you in the next one. But until next time, again, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Oh, I can feel that from where I am.
The doll.